Good morning, everyone. I'm your ninja rest, Carolina Carls, and welcome to Celeb 254. And guess who we are hanging out with? The one and only Ebby Weyime. Are you a movie fan? Well, let me just jog your mind. Of course, we'll be having some of the trailers for these guys to watch. We have the Death Race, Eye in the Sky. Does it ring a bell yet? Momentum. Okay, she's the one. Ebby Weyime, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Karim Sana. Let me mention, she's so humble. She's like, oh my God, I'm just a celebrity. Guys, if you have any questions for her, feel free. I'm going to be reading them live, all right? So, Yebe, able to ambie. How was your first, audition?
My first audition, actually my first audition when I moved to Cape Town was was for the movie Death Race, and I ended up getting it, and that's how it was. Like the first time when I was called into audition, they said they're looking for models who could act. So that's how acting started.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was. The very first one, I was not nervous because I really did not care. Because it's like, I'm not an actor. Yeah. And then again, they gave you the script like 5 minutes before you go in, like the size that you're supposed to go perform. So it was very, to me, I guess I did not feel the pressure because I didn't care about getting the job or not. But then when I got the call back and then I knew I was now close, that's when I started getting nervous.
Oh, now let me ask you, looking at the Kenyan film industry, since sasa umekuwa here for some time, what advice would you give the government, especially Ezekiel Mutua?
Guy, Jesus.
You know Ezekiel?
Yeah, I know Ezekiel. Well, I've only been back since May, so it's less than a year, and I've so far been in one local production, and before that I'd never been in any. So what I can say is what I can just view as another non-actor out there, because I haven't really been in this industry. But the one thing that I can still push on is just give filmmakers, local and international, give them tax rebates. You know, like most people are shooting in South Africa because it's cheaper to shoot there, than in Kenya. It's easier, you know, less bureaucracy. It's easier to get your licenses. Like they really encourage people in the arts. So when it comes to getting the taxes back, you know, like if you spend a certain amount, then you get a certain amount back. Sorry. So there's that, and then there's also like what I was talking about, the bureaucracy, and just ensuring that everything is as smooth as it possibly can for them to grow, and especially nurturing the local ones, because I think we have a lot of good local talent, from directors to actors to producers.
Interesting. So let me ask, which has been like your favorite movie kutoka zote umewahi fanya?
Guy, hiyo nikaa kwambia mtu achague mtoto wake.
Hapana, ile tu like, of course you have favorites. Let's be honest.
Okay, I can say the best. I won't say the best movie, but the best set that I've been on was for Eye in the Sky. You know, like it's not just about shooting a good movie, but it's also about the treatment that you get while on set. I'm not saying that the rest are bad. I'm just saying this one especially stood out, you know, from the way they treat you, from the first casting day to when you book the job to when you're on set, and also after the set when you're going for a wrap party, and to the first screening, because they came back and we did the first screening in South Africa. So yeah, it was a good experience, and most of the guys that I met on there, from cast and crew, we're still friends, we still talk.
Ah, interesting, interesting. So when you think of success, who comes to your mind first? Ama, who do you look up to?
Who do I look up to in terms of, like, because I look up to different people depending on what I'm aiming at.
So you're in marketing, you're a model, you're an actress. So just one person, mwenye anafanyanga kila kitu inakaa like one single thing.
I can say locally, I do admire Caroline Mutoko. I think she's very, she's the kind of woman that I aspire to be. You know, like the strong, the confident, the speak your mind and face the consequences later, as long as you spoke in your mind and people know where you stand. So I like her. Oh God, now who else do I look up to? I can also say internationally, I look up to Oprah. I think Oprah is also one of those strong African, not African, but black women that are that stand out and speak their mind as well.
Interesting, interesting. That's very nice. By the way, as we continue the show, I'm going to be doing a game. We always do Never Have I Ever.
I don't like games.
You don't like games?
I don't play games. I'm not here to play.
Not here to play. Oh, I went through your grab, and the things that you had given out, there's a post about being single.
What?
So you know where I'm leading to. I'm taking a screenshot of it, yeah?
Jesus.
So let me start with that first. Are you single?
Well, that's very subjective.
It depends on who's asking, right?
Exactly.
All right, guys. Nimejaribu kuulizia, but hapo ametulenga. Anyway, there's this post.
Again, who's asking? Who's asking? You know.
Will you date a Kenyan man?
Well, I never say never.
Shajibiwa. So, there's this post, ukome post, that if you're single, you're either talking to someone, stuck to an ex, chasing someone who's taken, ignoring someone who wants to. So, niambie uko kwa gani? Alright, guys, if you didn't hear it properly, it's on her gram. You can go check it. Ebby Weyime. Alright, guys, on her gram. Say. If you're single, she said she's single. Sawa. So, if you're single, number one, you're either talking to someone. 2, you're stuck to an ex. 3, you're chasing someone who's taken. 4, you're ignoring someone who wants you. So niambie yako ni gani? Out of those 4. No, sinamis do 5, 6.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so okay. First of all, before you answer your question, you're unfair. That's just my IG. I thought you came here to talk about, you know,
Your career.
yeah. Now you're going into my IG. Sijui nini nini. Okay, fine. I'll answer it. The last one.
Okay.
The last
The
one.
last
The
one?
last option.
You're ignoring someone who wants you. Oh my god, you're such a savage. Like seriously? Oh my god, who's this ninja?
So you know you have to play the field first, kabla you settle.
Yeah, you have to kiss many frogs, right?
Ai, mimi maneno ya frogs niliwacha when I was in my 20s. I'm 30 now.
Sasa ukiss.
Niliwacha.
Interesting. So, before then, as we play the Never Have I Ever game, she'll be taking us through project amekuwa akifanya huku Kenya for the last 6 months, right? All right. Yeah, inaitwa Grace Cups.
Yes.
What? Now you're happy?
Now maneno sijui ya Instagram sijui nini.
Acha kwanza tuendeshe wase. Before tuende hapo, acha tuendeshe wase. So guys, have you ever seen these cups? Ladies, oops, sorry. Ladies, do they look familiar? Men. All right, she'll be taking us through all this. But right before then, nataka tucheze Never Have I Ever.
Okay.
All right. So in this game, you have to be 100% honest with us. Okay. There's a lie detector machine. Hii kiti. No wonder you are told to sit on this side. So if you lie, utasikia to beep. I'm serious.
Okay, sawa.
Aya. So here are your boards.
Those are my boards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never and I have. I also have a never and I have.
Okay.
Yes. So my first question will be, so never have I ever woken up angry at someone for something they did in my dream. You have. Who was that? And why?
Well, that was a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
And it turns out I was actually right.
Mm-hmm.
It was with an ex a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
I was suspecting, I dreamt that he was cheating, and I woke up angry, and months down the line, found out it was true.
Oh my goodness.
You know, women, instincts, God gave us those instincts. So, yeah, turns
You're
out I was
always
right. Yeah,
oh,
I was.
shoot. So never have I ever waved at someone because I mistakenly thought they were waving at me.
Okay, I think everyone has done that.
Not everyone.
has done-
I've
you-
never.
Ay, come on,
Really?
Carolina, you
Serious?
lie.
How now? Because
I think we've all done that. Ni zile za unaenda.
Nice.
me.
So the next one. Never have I ever given someone a fake number. You said you're ignoring someone, so you've
I
never.
promise you, I've never given out a fake number. Like, if I don't want to give you my number, I just won't. I just will not give you my number.
You won't be polite and be like, okay, I'll block it later. In your mind, you're telling yourself, I'll block it later.
No, because I'm like, if I don't plan on talking to you now, mbona unisumbue later on. Yeah, then you'll be sending me messages on WhatsApp, and I'll be like, now this person, you know. So if I don't want to give you my number, I just won't. Maybe I won't say it like directly, like, no, I'm not giving you the number, but it will just be maybe Facebook. Let's connect on Facebook or whatever. But if I don't want to give you my number, I just won't.
You won't?
Yeah. Though I must say, disclaimer. Usually I write fake numbers. You know when you have to go to places and sign in?
Yeah.
Okay, those ones are fake. Those ones are
Always. So never have I ever said goodbye to someone and then ended up walking in the same direction as them. Bye. Allowed to unlock them in the same direction. Tuachanange kwa mbele.
Never.
Utajipata sasa situation.
No. That has never happened to me. Because by the time we're saying goodbye, I already know where you're going. So by where you're going, I'm going home. And I know home is that direction for you and home is this direction for me. So unless you say, oh, I'm going home, then I realize, oh, we're actually going the same direction. So we don't say bye there. It has never, I guess it's because I like planning ahead a lot, I guess.
Awesome. Let me ask you, if you had 10,000 bob,
Well,
what
please
would you
give me 10,000 bob. Please. In January.
So what's the best thing you've ever spent your 10,000 bob on?
10,000. Best thing I've spent my 10,000 on. And it has to be 10K, yeah?
It can be a few shillings less or more.
Okay. Best 10K?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 10K though. I'm trying to think what I bought recently that would cost 10K.
The best
Oh, okay,
thing.
okay. I can say it wasn't 10K. It was more double that. But but a few weeks ago, I surprised someone with some school fees.
Oh, who was that? Can we ask?
No.
We can?
Sitaki kumwanika, but I know he was struggling with school fees and he hadn't asked for it. He had not asked for it. That's why it came as a surprise. I just gave him the slip and told him it's cleared.
Oh, he's such a nice person.
That was just like a Christmas gift to him. Yeah.
It's a him. Guys, hapo at least tumejua. It's not a she, it's a him. Okay, let's dig deeper. So, what do you like gifting people?
I like gifts that don't just fade, in the sense of like it's food you'll eat and forget. I like gifts that will more, even if it's not tangible, but it's something that you'll always remember. Like I like experiences, you know, like maybe say, for example, you say you've never been, say, skydiving. I've never been skydiving, but say you say never been skydiving, then that's the kind of gift I'd like to give you so that you can go and actually experience it. That's something that you'll always be remembering. So I like gifting experiences other than clothes and shoes, which are nice, by the way. If anyone is planning to buy, please buy for me. They're nice, but I like gifting experiences.
Interesting. Guys, ushajaza never have I ever na Hollywood star. Umeshinda ukimwangalia like, oh my god, what's next?
Sorry, your story.
Hiya. So never have I ever been bullied.
Hey, this is a tricky one. I don't want to say I was a bully, but let me just say, no one would bully me.
So never have I ever been a bully then.
I can't say I've been a bully, but I can say I like things my way. Let's just put it like that.
You got to answer. Kesho vlogs, itakuwa Ebby Weyime. I am a bully.
No, I never said that. I was never a bully. Mark you, I was a school captain. People went to school with me, they know I was the school captain. So you have to be assertive, otherwise they'll just walk all over you. I mean, it's a school full of girls, and I'm talking ages 15 to about 20. So, you know, adolescents and all. So you have to be assertive, otherwise there's no control. So I can't say I was a bully. I can just say I was very assertive with what I needed to be done, because I also had other people to answer to.
True.
Yeah.
True. Now, guys, this is the time we're talking about now the Grace Cups. Tell us more about it, though.
So, the Grace Cup is basically, this is the Grace Cup. It's Kenya's first menstrual cup brand. So, menstrual cups are basically an alternative to pads and tampons for ladies. So, when you get your period, instead of using a pad or a tampon, you use a cup. That's how it works. So, we have, you can see the three. So, I'll just start with this two. This is called the Grace Cup Gold. So, it's called the Gold because it will last you 10 years.
Oh, my goodness.
So, you only need like this one cup, and for 10 years, this is all you need. So you'll never again buy a pad or a tampon. So we have this small size. This is called the small size. Takes 18 ml. And this one is called the standard size. Takes in 27 ml. So depending on your flow, you can either choose. Also for first-time users, we usually advise to start with the small one. So I use the standard one, and like it lasts me 12 hours straight. So for 12 hours, I don't need to change it. Like you insert it. So how you insert it is you fold it. Let me use this one. Because the big one usually intimidates people. But you fold it like that. It's called the C-fold, so like this. And then you fold it into half. There's so many other ways of folding it. I'll show you another one just now. But this is one of them. And then you just get into a squatting position. Same way that you'd insert a tampon is the same way that you insert a cup. So this being your vagina, you insert it like that. It opens up and then poop, it opens. So it opens in the inside. Then it sits, and you know, a woman's vagina is not straight as most people think. It's actually slightly slanted. So it looks something sort of like that when it's inside. So you see the 4 holes. The holes, they create a suction seal. So kind of the same physics like your kitchen pump. You know, like you put in the pump and then it's like sucks in all. Yeah, so that's kind of the physics behind it. So when it's inside, that's how it stays, and then the seals, the holes create a seal to ensure that there's no leakage, no air comes in, because also air is what causes the bad smell when you're having a period. So people think that your period smells, but it actually doesn't. Oh, even me, I used to think that when you have your period, it has to smell, but that's not how it is. It's just the air that goes in that creates the bad smell. So you insert it like that, it stays in. Depending on your flow, like I said, I use the bigger one, the standard size, 12 hours. So I insert it in the morning. I literally only take it out in the evening when I'm at home in the shower. So to take it out, you don't yank it like the way you'd yank a tampon. You basically pinch the base. This is the base right here, like that. So again, squatting position, clean hands. Always have your hands clean. And then you just insert your 2 fingers and then pinch the base. So the reason why you're pinching the base is to break the seal that you had previously created while inserting the cup. So you just pinch the base and then you just slide it out like that and then pour it in the toilet or in the sink, wherever. I mean, it's blood. People are usually very uncomfortable and yucky, and they're calling the period what do they call it? They're like new chafu. I'm like, why do people call their period dirty? It's not something dirty, and I think it also comes from religion. You know, like some religions, like when a woman is on a period, you're not supposed to go to the temple or the church or whatever. It stems from that. But I'm here to tell women, a period is not something dirty. It is not disgusting. It's your own blood, and it's something that is God-given that only women get. You should actually embrace it and not look down on it.
True.
So anyways, that's how you pinch it, you take it out, you rinse it out, and then you just reinsert it. Then after the period is completely over, that's when you sterilize. So, by the way, I forgot to mention in the beginning, this is medical grade silicone. So basically, to simplify it, it's the same kind of silicone that you find in hospital catheters and also babies' bottles. You know the silicone where they suck from? It's the same kind of material. And for you to sterilize a baby's bottle, you sterilize by boiling. So the cup, exactly the same thing. For you to sterilize, you just boil it. But then if you don't feel like boiling, because there's some people who don't like boiling, you can always take very hot water and a sterilizer, and just soak it for 10 minutes, and that will be fine. And then you can just keep it. It comes in a little bag that I forgot over there, but it comes in a little bag. Just keep it in your bag and wait for your next period.
Awesome, guys. The guys who are watching, feel free to ask your questions. Let me start. Violet Kali, you're saying your guest is real. Mwana, you're saying watching from Kibwezi. Thank you so much. Johnson is asking, what if a lady wants to susu women are strong, I'm proud of them. Yeah, what if we want to susu?
That's a very good question as well. So, women do not pee from their vagina. Women pee from their urethra. So, women have 3 holes. Yeah, Biology 101, I know, mind blowing.
Yeah.
So, so you have your anus where you poop from, and then you have your vagina, that's where you have intercourse, that's where the baby comes out from, and then where you pee, there's a little tiny hole called a urethra, and that's where you pee from. So you can pee as much as you want, you can poop as much as you want, you do not have to take out the cup.
Is there a probability of leakage, like for example, inashika vizuri in such a way that huku kando akuta leak?
Yeah. So, again, just like the first time when you used a pad or a tampon, like there was always a few mishaps. So it can also happen with a cup. It just takes, there's a bit of a learning curve. So leakages mostly happen when, for example, you folded it, right? And then you've inserted it. And then it is not completely open. So say it's looking like that. It's looking like that inside. Then it means this other place, this side is fine, but this other place is not protected, which means leakages might happen. So for you to ensure that that does not happen, you must, different ways of ensuring that is to pinch the base as if you want to take it out. Remember, you're releasing the seal.
Yeah.
As if you want to take it out, and then just rotate it. Rotate it 360, then that will ensure that in case there was any side that is not completely open, it will be open. The other way is as well, just take your finger and just run your finger around. And you can feel if there's any side that is not open. But leakages will happen maybe the first few days, you know, because you know you're still learning and you're still very nervous because it's the first time that you're doing it. But trust me, and the other thing as well is virgins can also use the cup, because I know that question will come at some point.
Yeah. I've seen someone who's asked. Yeah.
Virgins can use the cup simply because, you see, a cup does not go as high as a tampon, and even a tampon does not break your virginity.
Yeah, true.
So with a cup, you see, a pad and a tampon absorbs your menses. A cup is just collecting whatever your body is taking out. So it's not absorbing anything. That's why it's great, because, you know, sometimes when you use a pad or a tampon, you feel like it's very dry. It's because it sucks everything. The good stuff, the moisture, the mucus are supposed to be there. It sucks everything. So it dries you out. And that's why you're very prone to infections, because then it's not well lubricated.
Yeah.
But you see, with a cup, it's not absorbing anything. You've touched the material. It's non-porous, non-absorbent, which means it cannot absorb anything. Also, that's the reason why it's good. It avoids the infections, because, again, no living material can live on it. Because, you see, a pad or a tampon, it's absorbent. It's warm and it's moist. Biology 101 tells you that's the perfect breeding ground for bacteria and germs and all that. And that's why you keep on getting infections, especially if you're not changing it as often as you're supposed to change.
Yeah.
And also, you know, we live in Africa. It's very hot. So, you know, you're bleeding, and also there's natural sweat that has it. So you see, with a cup, all that is eliminated.
Interesting. So let me find your comments. Jared Mark anauliza hiyo kitu inaweza leta UTI. Kwake anasema it's a bad product because anafikiri inaweza leta STI. Sorry, UTI.
UTI.
Jared is a guy.
Again, good questions. There's no bad question or good, or there's no bad question here. It's, you know, there's a lot of misinformation because people are seeing the cup for the first time, even though cups have been in existence since the 1930s. I mean, I did not create it. I wish I did, but I did not. So they've been used all over the world. Chances of you getting, people don't get how you get to infections. You get to infections because you're wearing your pads, you're wearing your tampons. It's warm and it's moist. That's the breeding ground for your bacteria and for your infections and for your UTIs. But then, unless your hands are really dirty, or unless your UTI is being caused by something else, then there's no way you're going to get infections from a cup. Actually, the chances of you getting an infection are significantly lower with a cup than with a pad or a tampon. Yeah.
Keep jumping. You're saying you're watching live from Embakasi. Thank you so much. Aden Ibrahim anasema ako late. If you're joining us, we're hanging out with Ebby Weyime. She's a superstar, and pia ako na business ya Grace Cups. So I'll take through actually sahi. So Kellen Peter, you're saying you're watching live from Karen. Thank you so much. Johnson, you're saying sleeping positions recommended or is just normal?
With a cup, you can do literally everything. And I mean, you can sleep in a cup, because, you know, they say with tampons you cannot sleep in it because of, again, it's absorbing all your moisture and all of that. With a cup, you can sleep in it. run with it, yoga, horse riding, swimming. You know, people say you can swim with a tampon, but technically you can't, because the water, the tampon usually absorbs the water. But with a cup, the moment it's like, again, the analogy of the pump with the sink, you've blocked everything. So nothing is going out, nothing is coming in. So it's perfect for swimming. Basically, I have some clients who've like this past holiday, they're just writing me, they're like, I'm at the coast, I'm rolling, but it's like I don't even notice it, because you see everything goes in, even the stem. This is called the stem. Everything usually goes in. So you wear your bikini like life. The main idea behind the cup is that your period should not stop you from doing anything. Like, you have your period, fine. That's a good thing. Life goes on. Put in your cup, go on, do whatever it is that you need to do. And the thing with the cup, because you know when you insert it, you don't feel anything. Actually, if you can feel it, it means you've not inserted it well. Properly, so you take it out and insert it again. You do not feel anything. And there have been times where people have forgotten that they have the cup in for more than 12 hours.
Yeah, I wanted to ask.
Yeah, it has happened to me once. So I usually say, if you know you're very forgetful, just have an alarm, so that every 12 hours or 5 hours or whatever time, your alarm rings. You know, especially because you know you have your cup inside there. Everything, literally, if I sat like this, you would not know that I have anything in me. You will not know. So there's no physical evidence of me having a period, which means you can also forget, unless you're having like cramps. But then there's no physical evidence, which means you can really forget that you have your cup inside.
Angie Mwikali, you're asking, if you have heavy periods, is that enough to accommodate? And when full, does it leak? When for heavy periods, you say there's a different cup?
Yeah. So, like I said, we have the 27 ml, we have the 18 ml. Having said that, there's still women who fill the standard one even before the 12 hours, which is fine. So if it's full, yes, it will leak. That's why I usually say, when you're using the cup for the first time, we all have our different, I mean, I knew I could stay for 12 hours because I've used it for a while. So usually when you have the cup, we usually recommend you do it the first time, stay with it for 4 hours, take it out, see what level you're on. If it's not quite full, or if it's really full, then you know, okay, I think my threshold is 4 hours. Sorry, and then if it's not full, then the next time stay with it for 8 hours. See how much have you collected. Then the next time 12 is the maximum that's recommended.
Yeah.
After that, it's a bit too much. So after 12 hours, then you know, okay, I can stay with it for 12 hours. And yes, if it gets full, it can leak. That's why if you're starting out, start with 4 hours. But then it's already proven that a cup absorbs 3 times more than a pad or a tampon. So if you usually stay with your tampon, say for 5 hours, let's assume you usually stay with your tampon 5 hours without the need to change, then you probably will stay with it for 12. Yeah.
So Purity Kitunga is asking, are they already in supermarkets?
Unfortunately, no. We do not have them in supermarkets, but we usually have collection points in town and also on Gong Road. And I also do like deliveries countrywide. I mean, I've already couriered the cup to Nanyuki. There's one in Embu. I've done Mombasa. So anywhere in the country, you can always get it. We just on our pages, just the Grace Cup on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. I also make YouTube videos, just telling girls about the cup and for you to learn more. So please subscribe. It's called the Grace Cup on YouTube, and yeah, you can learn more from there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what price are we looking at?
So we have the 2 different. You see, we also have a pink one.
Yeah.
So this one's called the Grace Cup Gold. It's called gold because it's medical grade silicone, and it will last you 10 years. And you only need one. You don't need to buy 2. You only need either the small one or the standard one.
Yeah.
But it's always recommended for you, if you're a first-time user, just start with the small one. Then this one is called the Grace Cup Economy. So the economy one, I don't know if you can touch it, you can just feel the difference. This is platinum grade silicone. So you can just feel the difference between those two.
This one looks softer.
Yeah, that's a bit softer. But the material made from it is different, which means this one will last you 3 years, as opposed to the gold, which will last you 10 years. So that for 10 years, the gold one is 3,000 shillings. The economy, that's the pink one, that's 1,500.
1,500
for 3 years.
Awesome. So online deliveries for free? We at scale. Online deliveries for free, yeah?
Yeah, delivery is for free.
Awesome.
Yeah, you just go collect it at, like I said, either on Gong Road or in town. Yeah.
I repeat again, guys, come and take the Grace Cups. Just go to their website, Facebook, Instagram, and all that.
It's called the Grace Cup
Cups.
on all social media, from Facebook to Instagram to YouTube. Well, we're not on Twitter, but those 3 is the Grace Cup.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let me find your comment. Maureen, you're saying you're watching live from 1 to 5. I think that's Rongata Rongai. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's called 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
125.
Okay.
Karuri Owen, you're saying, before I go, tell her next time to come with an experimental doll to do practicals.
We're actually because I'm looking at working with some clinics, and apparently when they did I was being told that when they introduced the female condoms, they looked for actual models to, no, of course we hide the face and everything, but then we're looking at getting models to demonstrate to the cup in future. Yeah, we will get that.
Goodness. Okay. And then Ibrahim is saying, what about while walking? She said, if you feel it, it means you didn't wear it properly. You're not supposed to feel it at all. Agnes is saying, watching live from Westlands, looking cool, ladies. Thank you so much. Abuto, you're saying, I think this is much more better than pads. Pads in a chafu environment, but again, the cup should not be recommended for lazy ladies. Those will forget.
Lazy ladies.
Yeah. So mine, Hussein, you're saying, you mean the cup will not disappear inside?
Yeah, that's also another worry that many people have. Again, the cups have been there since the 1930s, and even if you do your research right now, go on Google. No menstrual cup has ever disappeared on anyone. I wish I'd carried the other dummy that I have.
You know, for OB, as in for this tampon, we hear that inaweza endo kondani
Yes.
sijui kwame or something.
Yeah, and I also, when I was trying to sell, when I sold a cup to another lady, she had an accident a few years back, and unfortunately when she had it, she had a tampon inside. Then she was unconscious in a coma for like 3 days or something, and then when she came to, a week later is when she remembered that by the time she was having an accident, she had a tampon inside. So she asked them, well, I haven't taken them out. No doctor has taken it out, so it must be inside. They tried finding it, they could not. They looked with the scan and everything, then they found that the tampon had like, it was in shreds, in pieces. So they basically did the same procedure as you would do for an abortion to take out everything. So she was very worried about the cup in that sense. But then you see, again, you've seen the material. It cannot disintegrate. Like at the point where this cup is into pieces, then you would be dead, because honestly, how can you shred this into pieces just like that? So no, it cannot disappear. Also, the cup, again, like I said, it sits very low. So it does not get to your cervix, where that's where the sperms go in and get into your uterus for fertilization and all that. So no, chances of the cup disappearing are
very minimal.
Yeah, like itaenda wapi? That's
Really?
the question. Where will the cup go to? Yes, sometimes while taking it out, I've heard cases of people, even it also happened to me, when you're trying to take it out and then you feel like either you cannot feel it or you feel like you cannot quite grab onto it. What usually happens is, it's all psychological. Even when you go to your gynae, the first thing that they tell you is relax, because your muscles are very powerful. I mean, it's the same muscles that push out a whole baby. So your muscles are very powerful. So what I usually tell people, just relax. First of all, your cup can never disappear. After relaxing, if you still cannot feel your cup, like you cannot take it out, have the same action, because you're already in a squatting position. So, and like I said, the cup is not straight like this, it's slanted like that. So it's almost like a baby who wants to come out. So do the same action as you would when you're going for number 2. Just push in that same way. If you push it, the muscles will just start pushing out the cup. And then you just grab it and take it out. Also, it's such a good point from one of the comments. It's good for the environment. Like I usually say, the top 3 reasons why you should switch onto a cup is one, is good for your health, in the sense of the infections and all that, you're out. Good for your pocket as well. Number 2, good for your pocket, because if you calculate, on average a woman spends about 150 on panty liners and pads and all that. 150 in 1 year, that's 1,800. Yeah, I've already done the math for you, trust me. That's 1,800. So if you're getting the economy, you've already paid back your cup. In 10 years, if you're getting the gold, that's 18,000 shillings on pads alone. If you're buying tampons, it's around 250. And you're not even including panty liners and all that. It's just 250 for a pack of tampons. And also, there's some people who use more than one. But we're just saying, let's assume you're using one, That's 250 in a year. That's 3,000 shillings. So basically, you've paid back your cup. That's 3,000. In 10 years, that's 30,000 shillings that you've already saved. And this is money that could be going somewhere else, And it's also good for the environment in the sense that, I am 100% sure at some point in your life, you've seen a used pad or tampon just thrown somewhere on the road.
True.
And you're like, which kind of woman does this, you know? But then you see with the cup, we would have eliminated that dirtifying the environment automatically without even trying. The moment you use a cup, then there's no more
Of that.
pads and tampons being thrown around. So good for your pocket, good for the environment, and good for your health.
Awesome. So let me summarize this, guys. There's so many ladies wenye wameingia sahi wanauliza prices. Where was I? So Jared, you're asking how much are those diva cups. Patrick, you're saying watching from Yaya. Come and meet. We come and meet you. How now? Michael, Madam Boss, you're saying how much is the Grace cup?
3,000 and 1,500.
Yeah, there's also someone else who's asking. So acha tuendelee. Jared, you're saying, is it a pack for 3,000 or just one? We're gonna clarify it for you soon. Sylvester was saying cup. Ikioshwa itangara kweli. We're gonna ask that soon. Adam, you're asking, this is good. Manka, you're saying the cup, please. Kwa singo anataka hiyo cup. Na, hiyo 3,000 is just for one. Sindo?
Yes, exactly. Again, you only need one cup. Okay, yes, I have sold to women who have two, like the women who want the small one on their light days and they want the standard one on their heavy days. That's a completely, it's a choice. And I cannot say no to that. But ideally, you only need one.
You only need one.
Yeah.
So 1,500, 3,000, 3,000. Ata
Yeah.
ndogo bado ni 3,000.
Yote need 3,000.
Awesome.
Yeah, and this one is 1,500 because it will not last you as long. It will last you
3 years and then you're out.
Yeah, because it's platinum grade silicone. It's not medical grade like this one. Yeah.
Interesting. That's good to know.
Yeah, alafu
nimejua
nilikuwa
vitu mingi.
tunauza ati ukiosha kama itangara. Yes, itangara. Because what you're doing is you're just killing the germs that are on it. The same kind of principle with your ile mnyonyi ya mtoto. The same way sengine itakuwa imeanguka, ama itakuwa, you have to disinfect. And you disinfect by boiling.
Majimoto.
The very high heat kills everything, you know. So you just boil it and then you store it and wait for your next period. Because you're storing it, I'm assuming, in a clean, in a good environment, or we tup it to anyway. And also it comes in a bag. We'll give you a bag for it. So just keep it in your bag and then wait for your next period. And also the good thing about the Grace Cup is for those who want, we usually have like a WhatsApp forum. So for those who want, we have like a group of ladies who are all Grace Cup users. So that, you know, when you have a question or when you're experiencing something different, you can always post it and be like, hey guys, this is what I'm experiencing. Has anyone else experienced it or whatever? It's not a must for you to join that group. Because, you know, it's very rare to find someone else who's using a cup. So we want to create this small community of ours so that we can always discuss matters concerning the cup. I mean, you can always call me directly, but the thing is, one, I don't have all the answers, you know,
Sure.
I'm not God. And two, I may not always be available, you know, and sometimes you're in a hurry or in a panic, you need a quick answer. So it's good to be on the group and be like, hey guys, what do I do? This is happening. Yeah.
Tasi Patrick, you're saying you're watching from Kampala City. Thank you so much. Bernard Opio anauliza zinapatikana wapi? Niko Kisumu.
Yeah, I can send them to Kisumu as well. I can courier them.
Awesome. So just go look for Grace Cups
The Grace
on
Cup.
all social media platforms. Patrick Munjur, you're asking if I buy for my girlfriend, will she be happy with it?
Actually, yes. This Christmas, I have had 2 guys buying the Grace Cup as a gift to their girlfriends. And so far, so good. Yeah, they said they loved it. You know, again, you're not just buying shoes or a handbag. You're buying something that is actually practical and something that will actually benefit her and save her money in the long run. Again, look at the cup as, because mtu anasema, ai, heri mimi nitumie hiyo 150 ama 50 bob ni buy pad. But think of the future. Think of, this is an investment.
Na utapata infections.
Yeah, think of it as an investment if you're looking at it from a money perspective. This is, you're paying once. And with a pad or a tampon, you're paying in installments. And we all know anything that you pay for in installments, you're going to pay higher than the original price.
True, very true. Ebby, leo tumelearn vitu mingi. Actually, mimi nazionanga tu kwa internet. I've never bothered to find out more about them, but at least
I always post like on social media trying to educate girls, and what usually kills me is people, unajua watu wenye wanajifanya wanajua.
Yeah.
So they're always like, ai hapana itakupa infection, hii sijui itakuvunja uvajo, hii sijui itakufanya sijui nini. And you know there's some people out there who do not know anything. They're going to read your comment and think you actually know what you're talking about. But these people are commenting, they've never seen a cup. They're just talking from their imagination, you know. Yeah. So I like such forums where I can actually clarify and be like, okay guys, this is how it looks like. Please touch it, please feel it, know what it does. And also it's not just the Grace Cup. Like the good thing is we're living on the internet age. We can just go on Google right now, Google menstrual cups. there's a ton of information, from videos to demonstrations to write-ups. You can learn so much about the cup.
Aw,
Yeah.
interesting. So this has been your household here in Kenya, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm back. I mean, I'm still acting. I'm still doing my auditions. I'm always in and out. But yeah, this is my baby for now.
This is your baby. Your company is gonna grow. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Interesting, guys. I think at least you may read most of your comments. Yeah. So what are we looking forward to in the future now?
In the future, business-wise, family-wise, what? You know, in what way?
In all ways. Sir, modeling umechacha kidogo?
Yeah, I can say, I mean, it's still there. Acting and modeling is still there. It's just that it's kind of on the back seat for now. I'm not actively doing it. This is what I'm actively pursuing right now, the Grace Cup business. So in the near future, I am hoping, my target actually is just 40% of Kenyan ladies. If I can just get 40% of Kenyan women on the cup, my work will be done. Like, I don't even need the rest.
Yeah.
Like, that's why sometimes when I see someone give a negative comment about the cup, I'm just like, you know what, you're not the target, so I guess it's fine.
It's fine. So umesema mpaka watoto wako high school wanaweza tumia hii?
Yes, hata watoto wa high school. Even right now we have kids in Kibera as young as 12 years old who are already using menstrual cups. Yeah, like I said, it may be a new concept in Kenya, but cups have been there since the 1930s. I started using it when I was in South Africa because I saw women using it and I was like, what is this thing, you know? And then I used it for the first time and it was amazing because I stopped using pads a long time ago. So I was using tampons, but then tampons were hell. And then they were always drying me out. Like when you want to yank it out, inakugwara. And I'm like, I hate my period. I hate my period. And then I started using the cup and none of that. Like none of that kabisa, infections, none. Akuna. Like there's really... People usually ask for, you told us the good side, what's the bad side of the cup? And I'm like, if I'm to be completely honest with you, I would say it's just the learning curve. Because there's always the fear that you have in your head, of course. And the fear, actually, going back to that, it's all psychological. I always tell people that. Like, the first time when you had your period at, say, 12, 13 years old, your mom gave you a pad and told you, you're now a woman, this is what you use, this is how you use it, blah, blah, blah. And at first, it seemed very intimidating, you know, now you're bleeding from your vagina, your boobs are growing, things are just happening all at once. But then you see, if we were to reverse the role and then say, the first time when you get your period, your mom tells you, okay, now Carolina, you're a woman. This is, every month, blood will be coming down from down there. And this is what you use. It's called a cup. And be like, how do I use it? But then you see your sisters are using it, your mom is using it. The same way that everybody around is using a pad, is the same way that everybody around is using a cup. Then they show you, they're like, you just fold it. Ni rahisi. Unakunja, unaingiza, inafunguka, inakaa. And then ukishatoka shule jioni, unakuja unatoa. Especially when you're very young, you don't bleed as much. So you only need this small size. And guaranteed it will not be full. I mean, 12, 13 years old, you're not bleeding that much. You know? So at first, of course, it will be intimidating, it will be scary. But by the time you're 30, you're 20 years old, you're already used to it. It's like right now, you're not intimidated by a pad, are you? It's just the same thing. Yeah. So imagine the tables have turned, and then now, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, this woman called Ebby Weyime has come up with an invention called a pad. And they're like, hey, a pad? I've never heard of a pad. What's a pad, guys? And then I'm like, oh, it's this thing that you use during a period. Oh, how? Me, I only know about the cup. I never know about the pad. Yeah. Then I'm like, so when you have your period, you just take your underwear, you just stick it on it, slap it on it, and then you wear it, and then you go in your business. You'll be like, hi,
and of course you'll ask so many questions.
Yeah. And you'll be like, see, it will smell. And then you're like, and how much, how many times should I buy it? And I'm like, every month, go to your local Taskies or your local Chandarana or wherever, and then you go and buy your pad. You'll be like, hi. At every month I spend 150. Hey, hapana, mika penye nilipewa mamangu alinipatia when I was 12 years old and I'm still using it. Yeah. You know? So it's all psychological. The moment you turn the tables, then you understand.
Awesome, awesome. Patrick, will I use my ICD too when my girlfriend is using the cup? Of course, she has to remove the cup. Come on, guys. Stop being too naive.
Actually, I've been asked that question before, and maybe I'll get a little naughty at this point, but we usually say, with cup users, of course, when it's time for penetration, you have to take up... This is the same as with the tampon. You cannot have sex with a woman with a tampon. But the good thing with the cup is, well, you can do other things with your tongue. Let's just end it there. When you're having...
Nice one. Oh my goodness. Yes, true.
You can do other things because, again, there's no smell. That's the good thing about the cup. I've had some of my friends who are like, my boyfriend has gone down on me and he had no idea I was on my period. Because there's no smell, there's no liquid, there's nothing. You have, and then it's completely invisible. Because the moment iko kondani, iko kondani. Yeah.
Wow. We've learned so much. Thank you so much for coming to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it was a pleasure, you know. Aya basi guys, thank you so much for interacting with us. Okay, mtamfollow kwa pages zake.
Yes, on Instagram, my personal Instagram is called Ebby Weyime. For the Grace Cup, it's just called the Grace Cup on Instagram. I usually post everything to do about the cup. And also on YouTube, I make videos every week regarding menstrual cups, and you can also ask questions, and maybe your questions could inspire the next video so that I'll answer it in form of a video. Also on Facebook, yes, the Grace Cup.
Also, I was in Ninja Rest Carolina Cars, and wish you I'm gonna try this.
Yeah, try it and review after a few months.
I will.